atmosphere, ensuring complete global saturation.
Song will always make me happy. Because I'm really good at Resident Evil. Speaking of which, though we'll be talking about that a little bit, this week we got delays to talk about. Joker being nominated for 11 Oscars. And friendship with Sakurai is over. Now Ed Boon is my best friend. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Mike Curtis.
I'm Alex Waller, a Hatman sandwich, if you will.
Welcome to Micah and The Hatman. Music too loud. There is no such thing as the theme from Mercenaries being too loud. But we'll get to that in a minute. Hatman, pick of the week. Go.
I've been binging some Futurama, old Futurama, because The Simpsons isn't good anymore, and as if there wasn't enough reason to put an end to The Simpsons, Hank Azaria is stepping down as the voice of Apu, basically kowtowing to that the dumbass documentary. Anyway, so Futurama. Futurama's a good damn show. Also, I will fight anyone who says Jurassic Bark is the saddest episode because, goddammit, Luck of the Friarish is a sadder episode.
Which one was that?
The one where he's got his 7-leaf clover and he thinks that his brother stole it and stole his identity and became like the first person on Mars and whatnot. But it turns out that, that was his brother's kid, who he named after Fry. Yeah, that's
I wouldn't
that's
call
the
that one
fucking
sad.
episode.
I actually thought that one ended up being pretty happy.
I think that's the saddest one. That made me feel things. And I just watched Jurassic Park again today, and I was just like, yeah, that's sad, but it's not the same as thinking that your brother hated you all these years and was always out to fucking get you and literally missed you so much he named his son after you, and then his son became like this great fucking person and achieved like all your dreams and shit. That's kind of sad. I mean, if anything, it reiterates how really alone Fry is in the future. But yeah,
my favorite episode is when Bender becomes God.
Yes, Godfellas. That's a really good one too. If you do things right, people won't think you've done anything at all. Yes, that one's a good one. I like The Problem with Poplars a lot. if only because the end of it, the fucking hippie gets eaten.
That was good. That was a good ending.
I do. That was a very, very good ending. And goddamn, there's a couple of them that are good just for some scenes, like where Bender goes to robot hell.
That's a good one, yeah.
The robot hell scene is fucking great. Fucking the sad episode involving Fry and his mom. Yeah, the one where the Niblonians give him a chance to be in his mom's dream. There's also Fry becomes his own grandfather.
There's that too.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's a good one.
That one's really
anything
good.
Zaf Brannigan.
So, did you see where Billy West was reading Trump tweets as Zap Brannigan?
No, I didn't.
It was actually really funny. It was actually really funny. Oh God, yes, the Slurm Factory one. Holy shit! Oh God, yeah, that one is amazing. Party on, Slurms McKenzie. Party on. But yes, Futurama is a really good show. It still holds up today, despite the fact that it's now, God, almost 20 years old. It's great. It's really, really good. And if you're not watching it, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Also, bite my shiny metal ass.
There you go. All right. For me, my pick of the week, I am getting ready for Resident Evil 3 remake, which will be awesome. I have no doubt. Oh, real quick, for those wondering what the goal is down below, for every $25, I will be watching Anime Cringe. But if we get to 75 total, I will be reviewing, when it's available, the Gwyneth Paltrow goop candle of This Smells Like My Vagina. Yeah.
Also, if we can get to $50, I'm going to follow through on my promise to do a food challenge type thing. Unfortunately, I can't eat Diablo sauce because a mouse got into the packs and presumably had a very, very bad day.
Well, get ready to chow down because the Holy Ninja Toad just donated $24. Says, screw anime cringe. Here's a fight from MHA involving the edgiest character. Link in the Discord.
Perfect timing, by the way. So what I managed to scrounge up was leftovers from lunch earlier this week. A fortune cookie and some Chinese hot sauce. Well, should I go ahead and do it or wait for the end?
We're waiting.
Let's
I have
wait.
Resident Evil to talk about. Because
Resident Evil, talk about it.
yeah, I'll even go one further. Because tonight I plan on playing Resident Evil 3. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm playing back through games that Jill was in. But I already played Resident Evil 1 earlier this year, so I went through 5 just because I love 5. So let's talk about it for a little bit. So specifically, I played the Gold Edition. Now the Gold Edition has 2 small DLC expansions that both of which you can play as Jill. And the story of this game is that because Leon Kennedy is a fucking idiot, this game happens. That's the story. Leon Kennedy sucks. Chris Redfield is awesome because he punches boulders and shit, and he's a man. Leon Kennedy is a pussy whip dipshit. But,
Chris
no,
Redfield
I'm being
buffed
dead serious,
himself
though.
up just to fight Wesker.
I'm being dead serious, though. This game doesn't happen if Leon Kennedy doesn't suck ass. You know I'm right. Because think about it. Why did Ada Wong get away with the Plaga sample? Because Leon Kennedy let her get away with it. He could have shot her at any time. But instead, he doesn't, and an entire African village, and then some, gets infected with a super plagas, killing hundreds of people. The research from that goes into Ouroboros, which Wesker would have used to commit genocide if Chris Redfield wasn't fucking awesome.
All because Leon is a poonhound.
He's whooped. He's whooped.
He's a fucking poonhound.
Leon's a dumbass.
Did he ever get his dick sucked by the president's daughter, though?
No, he turned her down. stupid. Leon Kennedy's a fucking idiot. He could have banged the president's daughter. No, I don't think so. He could have banged Claire Redfield more than once. Claire is a babe. But no, I think I'm going to go with the mercenary who sold a fucking Plagas that led to a fucking genocide in Africa. What the fuck?
Oh my god. That's another reason why Chris Redfield got buff to punch Leon in his goddamn face.
Dude, I was rooting for Chris to shoot Leon in the fucking face in Resident Evil 6. Because Ada Wong is not a good person. She's a terrible person. She's a terrible person, Hatman. Games. This is strong bad. I'm possessing Micah. Ada Wong is a fucking bitch.
He hates Ada Wong so much he went full strong bad. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna die again. Stop it!
I'm not saying Leon Kennedy's a bad character. He's an interesting character. He's just fucking stupid. He's an idiot, and that's part of his appeal. To his credit, he can fight like a motherfucker, but Chris is better. But in all seriousness, though, Resident Evil 5 is probably the most action-y Resident Evil, mostly because it's a co-op game.
It's best played as co-op.
Yeah, and it's a great co-op experience. And Brainbox Boy is usually my partner whenever it comes to this game. And yes, I always make him play Sheva, but when it comes right down to it, there is there is something about this game. Well, first off, and Brain will testify to this, I'm really fucking good at it. But beyond that, I've always felt that the action set pieces in this and the bosses are really, really well done. Especially, and this isn't a spoiler, this game's been out for over 10 years. The fight between Wesker and Jill against Chris and Sheva is tense as fuck. Because you can't hit Wesker. He's too fast. So fighting him is hard as hell. But if you shoot Jill, you fail the mission. So you feel kind of powerless in that fight. Holy Ninja donates $10. Says you need to do a fake news with M. Micah Michelson on this. Called Leon Kennedy is a disgrace to the public. I might do it. I very much might do it. What I really wish I had money for would be a green screen to put behind me to make like a fake whatchamacallit, a fake news studio behind me. But anyway, but yeah, Chris, ultimately though, it really is a good story. And the DLC with Jill, both of them are really good. Admittedly, I will say this. Jill is, when you're playing as her, she has a learning curve to her. Her melee attacks are not that strong, but she has the fastest insta-kill. And she has very steady aim compared to a lot of other characters in it. She's also, I think, the shortest of all the women. She's only,
I think so,
5'5", I think. Though I do have to dispel something, like, historically speaking. Jill is not that curvy. She's curvy for someone who is very athletic. But she's not, like, curvy. She's not, like, Instagram model thick or something like that. So...
Instagram model thick.
I'm just saying, like, that's been, like, one of those things where, like, people for some reason were under the impression that she had huge knockers. She doesn't really. She hasn't in any of the games. She has big boobs for a woman of her build. But so that's, like, by comparison. But they're not really that big. You know? I thought that was just kind of interesting because Brain and I recognized it. It's like, yeah, she's not really that busty. So, anyway, great fucking game. Not a horror game in any sense of the word. It's an action game with horror influence. But if you want a really good fun time with a co-op shooter and you don't have Gears of War handy, this is a great pick. Mostly because it does require a lot of cooperation because you have a shared inventory. And because they are honestly very conservative with how women are different from men, Chris and Sheva and then Chris and Jill's abilities are completely different. But I think that's a good thing. I think it makes them, oddly enough, it makes them more diverse. Gives them pros and cons. I mean, Sheva has the best infinite weapon in the game. Because that bow and arrow is basically a magnum. So. But yeah, it's a great game. Play 6 instead? No. 6 is not good. 6 is a slog. It has a really good mercenaries mode. But no. That game is a fucking slog. 4 and 5 are good action games. 6 has a ton of problems. It's mostly because it's boring. And the story makes no fucking sense. Leon still sucks, too. So there's that at least. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. So. Yes. Hatman, who did you want for the Smash reveal this week?
Could have been anybody, really.
Who did you want, though?
I wanted to see Rayman in the game, honestly.
Okay. My pick was Dante from Devil May Cry. That's what a lot of people thought was going to happen, too.
Oh, yes.
Because the Devil May Cry team even said that you need to watch this stream from when they were announcing what was going on. Not to mention the fact that the Ultimate Edition of Devil May Cry 3 is going to be coming out on the Switch soon, and it really is going to be the best version, apparently, because it basically adds in the one thing that everyone has modded into it for years, and that's the switch system for Dante's different styles, which that was first implemented in Devil May Cry 4. To where you, basically, for those who don't know, it basically means that you can switch from like Trickster to Royal Guard to Swordmaster to Gunslinger with the push of the D-pad instead of having to swap it at the beginning of every fucking mission, which I hated in 3. So either way, we didn't get that. We got another Fire Emblem character. And I think that the interesting thing about this is Fire Emblem is probably one of the least popular Nintendo franchises of their big ones. It doesn't move as many copies of games that much, to be honest with you.
No, it's certainly gotten more popular in recent years.
But it's not. It's not.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
It doesn't pull in numbers like Zelda and stuff like that. Holy Ninja Stone makes a good point. At this point, just make a Fire Emblem fighting game. This is the thing. There's almost, I think this makes like 8 or 9 Fire Emblem characters in this game. It has more representation.
8.
Yeah, 8. It has more representation of it than, like, the only other series that has as many characters in Smash is fucking Mario.
Nope, Pokemon. Pokemon has 11.
Yeah, Pokemon then. Yeah, Mario has just as many, if not less, than Fire Emblem.
Pokemon has 11. Pokemon has the most at 11. Mario has 9, but 11 if you count Yoshi and Wario.
So third then. Which is crazy to me. Because that means, like, there's more Fire Emblem characters than Legend of Zelda. There's more Fire Emblem characters than Metroid. That's weird.
Metroid really is not that popular. Metroid has historically sold very
Still's been in Fire Emblem.
No, not really.
Prime did.
Metroid is not historically sold that well. Yeah, Prime did, but compare
Other M sucked ass.
One Metroid game.
You know, like well, the problem is Other M put such a bad taste in some people's mouths that they haven't.
It's not
really
even
done.
that. I mean, Fusion didn't do crazy well. Zero Mission didn't do crazy well. Yeah, Other M sold abysmally.
Well, I think Other M may have killed the franchise in a lot of ways. But that's neither here nor there, though.
Yeah.
The fact is that there's a lot of other characters that would have been more interesting than another sword guy from Fire Emblem. Or girl, depending on the color you pick. Nobody asked for this. And
I think Fire Emblem fans asked for it.
Nobody cares. Look, but
it's a Corrin situation. I mean, it's the same thing as what happened with Corrin in Smash 4. You know, it's basically being used to promote the new Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what bugs me. It's like this would be like the current Tekken season has not been that impressive. But it's had some highlights. But imagine if you get Leroy Smith, which a lot of people really like Leroy. He's a great addition to the cast. Then Fakuram, who is the new Muay Thai fighter that they're introducing. They're adding him in. And then I'm trying to think of who else got added in. Then Zafina. But if they ended the season with an announcement and it's Ganryu instead of having him early on, that's what this would be like. Because Tekken fans don't like Ganryu. Nobody really likes him that much. He feels like a troll character. But that's what it would be like. Or if the last character in a season of Street Fighter was fucking Dan. Like, a lot of people would be pissed off. Holy Ninja Joe donates another $1, says you could have Hector from Fire Emblem GBA who uses an axe. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing, is like another character that people were calling for was the Monster Hunter, who would have used the exact same fucking weapons as his character.
I mean, Rayman, Shantae. There were a lot of calls for Shovel Knight too.
Shovel Knight, Doom Guy.
I think he's in a assist trophy.
A lot of calls for Doom Guy. A lot of calls for Ryu Hayabusa.
Let me address something in the chat too. Ghost in the Shell says, "Is catering to Japan banjos for Westerners because Japan hates banjo?" No, that was the Dragon Quest hero.
Yeah.
Because they were announced at the same time.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is definitely a Japanese series.
Oh yeah. So it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, especially when you compare it to the exact same day the Mortal Kombat team, NetherRealm Studios, dropped the trailer for the Joker, and it was fucking incredible. And I made Hatman watch it before we got started. They captured the Joker perfectly. Oh yeah, they did very well. So, needless to say, it was one of those days where, man, I don't think I had seen a community that salty over a character reveal in a long time. Like, that was...
Yeah.
I'm just saying right now, man, Nintendo's going to have to bring it with the next season of Smash. Because it was like, oh, man. Only the fatality was good. Holy Ninja Joe, I couldn't disagree more. Everything about that Joker trailer was great. They captured him perfectly.
His fatal blow, man.
His fatal blow is amazing. Especially the
gives you a
Glasgow
Jason
smile.
Todd.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Yeah,
Slice.
It gives you a Jason Todd at the end.
Yeah,
like, come on,
that
man.
was fucking great. And then when he uses hostages as weapons, and in one of them he's fiddling with the detonator as an homage to the Dark Knight, that's fucking amazing. Like, the character looks great. It will probably bring me back to Mortal Kombat. I am going to be trying him out, and hopefully Spawn is going to be as good. By the way, Spawn still going to be voiced by Keith fucking David.
Good.
So yeah, I am. That like, Smash got blown out of the water by Mortal Kombat that day. I don't even think it's close. So, needless to say, though, that's our reporting on that. We need to move on to the next topic.
Well, let me just say one thing real quick. Yeah, I know there's more DLC characters coming, and that's probably the best thing of this. Like the DLC packs, or the Fighter's Pass, if you will. I wasn't really that impressed with stuff. I don't really care for Joker because I don't play Persona. Dragon Quest, of course, I don't really care for the hero.
Banjo and Terry were really good additions.
Banjo and Terry were honestly like the big ones for me. I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Piranha Plant, I know wasn't part of the Fighter's Pass, but still DLC. I actually really like Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant was a lot of fun.
Piranha Plant was fun. So yeah, it's salty, but there's more coming, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
what I would do if I were Nintendo is I would seriously consider rolling it out with fucking Doom Guy, and Dante right out of the gate, or just do two Devil May Cry, just do Dante and Virgil. That would
I wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to get Sora in there also.
That wouldn't be a bad pick.
That wouldn't be a bad pick, I don't think.
I would almost rather have another Final Fantasy character. Sephiroth, specifically.
Oh, God.
Sephiroth or Tifa?
Nah.
Actually, no. Scratch that. I want Tifa in the next season of Tekken. Tifa would be amazing in Tekken.
I'll take it.
Not to mention, depending on how they use her... Well, yeah, she would be... Well, no, she would not be the first strict female kickboxer. She'd be the second. Josie was the first. And by the way, before anyone gets on me, I mean, her character is that she is a kickboxer. That's Josie's character. She is a Muay Thai kickboxer. So, all right, let's move on to the next topic. RPG delays. Speaking of Final Fantasy, and this one I thought was pretty crazy. Within 1 week, both of the biggest RPGs that are going to be coming out this year, Cyberpunk 2077 and the remake of Final Fantasy VII, have both been delayed. So let's get the exact dates on this real quick. So Final Fantasy VII remake has been delayed from March 3rd to April 10th. So not a huge delay.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a month. But, so not too terrible. And then...
I believe Cyberpunk's delayed till September.
Yes.
And that was supposed to be in April. So now instead you get Final Fantasy VII in April, and you have to wait for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Even longer.
The only thing that kind of sucks is that I was looking forward to playing the remake of Final Fantasy VII in March because Resident Evil 3 remake comes out in April. Now Final Fantasy VII remake comes out literally 1 week after Resident Evil 3 remake does. So that kind of sucks. I'm going to be buried in my home for 2 weeks. But needless to say though, this kind of caught a lot of people by surprise. I was not expecting that they would delay either of them, given how much hype that there has been around both particular titles. The Final Fantasy delay, given that it's not that much amount of time, it's only a month, doesn't make me think that there's some huge problem going on. It could be just that they want a little extra time for some polish. Mm-hmm. The Cyberpunk delay worries me. Because they delayed it basically how many months?
From April to September. 5 months.
Yeah, almost 6 months. That's a lot of time to delay something. It makes me worry what's going on there. Honestly. So, because Cyberpunk is supposed to be a huge fucking game. Like, an entire cityscape and all these choices and stuff that's going on. It's supposed to be, like, considerably more expansive than The Witcher 3 was. And The Witcher 3 was a big game in regards to size. Like, it was huge.
I think it'll be okay, because it's been in development for, what, like 7 or 8 years?
I don't know.
It's been in the works for a good long fucking while.
At least 4, because they started development not long after Witcher 3 was released. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
think it'll be fun.
I worry about like having a No Man's Sky sort of thing, just because it's so ambitious.
Yeah. Well, No Man's Sky eventually, got good. Of course, that took damn near a year after launch.
Yeah.
But I think I think they're going by the the Miyamoto logic that a delayed game is eventually good.
That is true. I will say this. I would much rather have it delayed than them try to fix it with patches over the course of a year. So.
Yep.
Yeah, and Matchstick says at least 4 years. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hatman, are you looking forward to playing either of these, by the way?
I don't give a single fuck about Final Fantasy. I've never liked Final Fantasy. Every Final Fantasy game that I've played, save for Tactics Advance, I've disliked. Cyberpunk, on the other hand, I want to play that fucking game. I want to play Cyberpunk.
I'm looking forward to both of them for different reasons. I'm hoping that Cyberpunk can deliver what Deus Ex Mankind Divided was not able to.
That's kind of what I'm hoping to.
Yeah, and by the way, I like Mankind Divided. I didn't love it, though. I love Human Revolution. The one thing that I've always wanted out of sort of like a Cyberpunk Deus Ex sort of game has always been what the original Deus Ex delivered, but not with a ton of technology. It's just this giant, sprawling cityscape that you feel like you can go anywhere and do anything. And it's not an easy thing to pull off, and if they're able to do it, I will be incredibly, incredibly happy. So. But for FF7 Remake, it's basically, I'm hoping that they can deliver the same quality of remake like Capcom could with Resident Evil 2. Mm-hmm. Because, and Hatman's played a bit of RE2 Remake. He played it when we were at ICMI. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's really good from when I played it.
So, real quick, one thing that we forgot to do at the beginning of this, somebody reminded me in the Discord server. So, something happened yesterday that we feel the need, more so me than Hatman, to warn you guys about. Is a couple of people who have been guests on this program who will never be invited back ever. Were involved in something that I think goes beyond drama. A very supportive comic skater whose family, she and her husband, have given over $10,000 to your boy Zach's legal fund. Goes by the Twitter handle of Mrs. Troy Biggins, obviously not her real name. She was on the business end of a doxing threat from John Delores, who said that he was told by, or he said that he was given her real name and information. The problem is that there's only two people who know the real names of that couple. One of them is Cecil, who would never do that sort of thing. The other is Tim Lim, the artist from Trump Space Force and things like that. We've had Tim on the program before. Never again. We will not support their books ever again. We will never advertise for them or anything along those lines. They will never be guests on this show, ever. This is not just something that is against internet rules. This is something that somebody who runs a business should never do to a potential customer, especially one who likes to retain their anonymity. So, on top of that, and we really don't like to say this, because your identity could be at risk, don't back their books. Don't do it. And I don't like saying don't buy somebody's stuff, but don't. Because you and your address and everything are not safe with them. So, simply just trying to look out for you guys in the audience. I would say don't support them. Because this is pretty heinous shit. So, is this appropriate without proper investigation? I already did the investigation. Like I said, there's only two people that would know. So, I personally am never even people who are working with them, I'm never allowing them on the show. Ever. No desire to talk to them. Because that sort of behavior is the exact antithesis of how a comic book professional should act. It is the antithesis. I will not ever. No. Fuck that. And the reason I bring this up is I feel like shit. Because I had Chuck Dixon on here at the behest of Tim Lim to discuss Trump Space Force. So. No, Douglas Ernst wasn't involved in this. Doug wouldn't do that. So, Douglas Stearns was not involved. N-O-T, not. Doug's on vacation. So, no, and I don't know why Tim would do that. And I'm honestly disgusted by the fact that he would. But this is what's going on right now in the background, is this entire John Delores clique, which now also includes Captain Cummings. This is the sort of stuff that they do and the sort of stuff that they endorse, man. They're not safe to buy from. They're just not. So, it's unfortunate. All right, let's move on to the final topic of the day. $11 Oscar nominations. $11. Hatman, since you're clicking and clacking, what all were they for?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Oh God! As soon as I Google it, or not Google, Bing, because fuck Google. Joker's Oscar nominations are a joke. This movie is stupid. Yeah, Slate. Fuck you. Okay. Wow. What in the absolute fuck? Do I need to list all of them or just the big ones?
Just
I can tell you the big
list them
ones.
off.
Okay. Best Picture. Because of course. Best Director. Best Actor. Best Adapted Screenplay. Makeup and Hairstyling. Cinematography. Editing. Original Score. Sound Editing. Sound Mixing. Costume Design. I think that's everything.
And it could win almost all of them. You could make the argument for it getting almost all of them.
I don't know if it would get Best Picture, though, because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is also nominated, and you know
That's
how Hollywood
true.
likes to...
What else is The
Yeah.
Lighthouse on there too?
Is what else on there?
The Lighthouse.
No.
What?
Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Oh my God! Really?
Mm-hmm.
The Lighthouse was amazing.
I really want to see 1917, though. I hear that movie is fucking incredible.
I hear that too, but I feel like The Lighthouse should be on there. But
Yeah.
so, needless to say, this has been. I was surprised by this. By the way, Joker is a fucking amazing film.
Joker's great. Joker was probably my favorite film of last year.
But I didn't expect 11 nominations.
I didn't either. That is... I thought... Honestly, I thought it was going to get snubbed. I thought it was going to get snubbed because of all the bullshit with Joker's going to inspire in incel revolt and mass shootings, and also it's a comic book movie, and we don't like no comic book movies here. Especially given really the only reason why Heath Ledger won his Best Supporting Actor for Joker in The Dark Knight was because he died. That's honestly the reason why. I mean, great performance. I'm not knocking his performance, but the Oscar was posthumous, and that's why.
I would say it was deserved, because, and it shouldn't really surprise anyone because the Joker's a fascinating character.
Mm-hmm. So now it's two Jokers.
Yeah, 2 times that this character's been nominated, and he's been portrayed by like 3 of the 4 major actors in film that have portrayed him are Academy Award either nominees or winners.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should say something. Like the character is very unique in a lot of ways. I don't know if Jared Leto's ever been nominated for an Oscar.
Jared Leto did win an Oscar.
Did he?
He won for Dallas Buyers Club, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, all 4 of the major ones: Jared Leto, Jack Nicholson, Joaquin Phoenix, and Heath Ledger. You know. And not to mention Joaquin Phoenix had already been nominated back in 2001 for Gladiator. Chaos Sonic donated $13. Says, "Have fun with the candle. This anime cringe is definitely need to share Hatman with. Safe to show in a way." Okay.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, yeah, I just wanted to touch on this real quick because holy shit. That's a lot of nominations. So, but well deserved.
And so I do have a question though. Those journalists and everybody getting pissed off about how the movie was bad and didn't deserve anything. Did they get what they fucking deserved?
I'd say so. I'd say so.
They got what they fucking deserved.
All right. Yes, nominated for Walk the Line for Best Actor. Yeah, the Gladiator nomination was Best Supporting Actor.
The Master. He got nominated for The Master also.
Yeah. He should have won Best Supporting Actor for Gladiator. Though that did win Best Picture that year, if nothing else. And that is an amazing movie. It's my favorite film ever. So, I think it's Ridley Scott's best film, easily. With I don't know what I would put second, though. By the way, 83 people are watching right now. That's fucking cool. So thank you guys for being here. So I'm going to put this in the anime thing in the Discord, because this has been donated for specifically. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do 15 minutes of Q&A real quick. And then we'll go ahead and do that.
15 minutes of Q&A.
So, what do we got? Discord server. Remember, if you have questions for this podcast, put them in general if you are in the Discord server. Also,
Yes,
another
please.
reminder, if you are not a patron yet or subscriber, I will be doing the Patron Saint monthly stream this coming Wednesday. I am going to try to have a guest with me when we do it. And I'm also hoping to confirm some things, comic book wise, for you guys. Plus, we are also going to show off some additional pages on Englewood as well that have not been seen publicly yet. So,
Englewood is going to get an update soon too, by the way.
yes, we are going to update that sometime this week.
Yeah, because I've gotten a couple of emails from backers asking what's going on and stuff, and
Yeah.
yes, we will push out an update soon.
Yeah, basic idea is that the colors are about a third of the way done. The pages are 2/3 of the way done. Script is 100% done, and then we're waiting on Eric Weathers whenever he's ready to go ahead and start lettering the book.
Yes,
He will probably
posters are
wait
gonna
until
be
the
printed
colors are
soon.
finished.
Yeah, first posters are going to be printed soon. Don't quite have a design on the sticker, I don't think, so can't do that. We've already done shirts, or at least we know what we're doing for the shirts. The shirts are still waiting to get printed. I need to order a few more for the last minute backers, and that'll be it, basically. So there you go.
Yep. Okay. Not the last one wants to know. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't a question. Somebody told me yesterday. Talvin Silverbean wants to know. I've been watching Internet Historian's video on No Man's Sky and just how badly things went for the time and the creator when advertising the game, and also how remarkably they began fixing and improving it since release. My question is, do you think we should applaud them and forgive them for it, or do you think we should hold them to the broken promises from launch? I think if somebody takes the time and capital to fix a game after a failed launch and they ask for a second chance, if you think it looks good at that point, go for it.
I agree with the conclusion that the video in question had, which was they had no incentive to fix the game. They could have taken the money and run, but they chose not to. They chose to ignore the criticism and get off social media for a while, hunker down, fix the game, make it good, and it paid off for them. That's something admirable.
There you go. Let's see here. Sir Cosmic Paladin donated $10. He says, two-part question. What's your primary concern regarding XMen being in the MCU? Gender flipping and going woke. I think they need to stick to their guns. It's already a diverse cast. He says, also, if given creative control, how would you end the series? The MCU as a whole? I would end it with some sort of a threat that causes them to bring back Captain America and Iron Man. Have a big Avengers reunion, Avengers assemble, they beat the bad guy, and then they all just go back to the way it was, and just, yeah. That's really all I can say.
Sure.
Matchstick wants to know, which failed movie franchise would we redo and how? Franchise? I would have to say the Dark Universe.
Yes. Yes.
Give me my Universal
Yes.
monsters, man, and make them good, and don't start with the fucking
Yes.
mummy.
No, start with
start with Dracula.
no, start with Wolfman.
People are still soured on Wolfman. Everybody loves Dracula, though.
I would start with Wolfman, and I'd play it like the classic Universal monsters, where his whole point, like the series would basically follow him looking for a cure, or eventually, he'd get to the point where he's like, I just want somebody to kill me.
That's inevitably how every Wolfman story goes, though.
True, but I think that's a good leaping off point, and that would naturally take him to Victor Frankenstein. It would take him to Dr. Jekyll. It would take him to Vlad Dracula.
Okay,
I
now
think
I'm following you a little
using
bit
him
better.
using him as a centralizing character, I think would work.
Okay, I can get behind that. So there you go. Punished Alistair wants to know: do you see the possibility of superheroes becoming less relevant in the future? Maybe. It really depends. I think in comic books, the main heroes are obviously getting either replaced or destroyed, depending on who's doing what, because they're buying into the woke brigade. It's like I said in that video: is I'm wearing the shirt of a dead franchise. It's this in a lot of ways. Oddly enough, this S is the symbol of a dead plant, of a dead world. Your heroes are dead. It's been what I've been saying all week. I could see them at some point no longer becoming trendy, but it may take some time, man, because people love superheroes. They just don't want to read them in comic books because the comics suck ass.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is just getting bored. It's not enough newness, really.
Yeah.
And what's new is basically race swapping or gender swapping. Like, fuck that. That's not new.
Yeah. People are starting to get sick of it. Even the people behind James Bond said, no, we're not turning James Bond into a woman. We need to create new female characters.
Yeah,
And
which
I'm
is
like,
good.
I just like, there you go, man.
Yep, there you go.
Holy Ninja says, thoughts on the Andrew Clavin controversy about his comments about The Witcher? Which is, I think he said something along the tune of he couldn't find it believable that a woman could be that good in sword fighting or something like that. Which,
Yes, it was impossible for a woman to be a true sword fighter, to be adept at it.
That's not true, actually.
No.
First off, you have to keep Viking shield maidens in consideration. They weren't as good of warriors as the men, obviously, because they have a physical disadvantage, but they were there. Joan of Arc is another thing that needs to be mentioned. On top of that, the thing about whenever you introduce a weapon is you can lose, Not to mention, it's fantasy. The women that were adept sword fighters in that series, specifically, the queen, at the beginning of it, Ciri's grandmother, comes from a line of enhanced people. And it was, if I remember correctly, in Septowski's books, she was described as having inhuman fighting talent. So it's hinted there that something's not quite true. On top of that, the rest of them were witches, so they were enhanced. So whenever you introduce magic, it's like there was only one who wasn't enhanced, and she gets her ass kicked by Geralt. So I really don't agree with Andrew at all there. Chaos Sonic wants to know, and by the way, one thing to mention is that there have been women that have been able to learn enough fighting skill to overcome men who know nothing. The old phrase goes, and this is very true in combat, when all things are equal, that is the key thing, the bigger man wins. When all things are equal. If I fought Ronda Rousey, my arm is getting broken. I am considerably larger than her. My arm's going to getting broke.
Yep.
Because that is a judo bronze medalist. So, or if I were to step in a boxing ring with Holly Holm, I'm getting fucking lit up. That's a bad day. Because even though I know how to box and I'm pretty good at it, she was a professional. And then went into mixed martial arts and became a champion. You know, skill can make up for physical gaps sometimes. Look at Hoist Gracie. You know, like it's so I don't think that Andrew really understands combat enough to really make that statement on an educated level. No offense to Andrew. I think that he's an amazing human being, but he's wrong here. Chaos Sonic wants to know, for the Entertainment Podcast, do you plan on taking a look at Fate's Heaven's Feel movies once the third and final movie finishes this year, since it's more focuses on horror that was introduced in Fate Zero? Yeah, I'll have a look at it. I liked Fate Zero quite a bit, actually. So, I thought it was a really intense story. So, yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
I have no interest.
Oh, and one thing for people who are wondering, I'm pretty sure that I told Ethan behind the scenes at one point when he was complaining about that episode of The Mandalorian. I'm like, dude, Gina Carano would rip you to pieces.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, man, I love you, but holy shit, dude. That'd be death by snoo for your ass. All right. So, Hatman, go ahead and pick us some questions from the chat for about 4 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get into overtime, because I've got 3 cringe clips to watch.
Yep, I got some shit to eat. Let's see. Oh, lordy. All right, Ugly Media 2 asks, if I asked if a demon could be redeemed, you said no. Does that mean demons who don't want to be demons like Hellboy are fucked?
Oh, in fiction, you can make up the rules however you want.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. Brian Gilmartin asks, how would you write a soy boy as a villain? Would he be a male feminist? Would he be psychotic?
Yeah. Absolutely. I'd make him a rapist, too.
Yeah. Why not?
I've thought about it for Englewood.
Yeah, I think you did pitch the idea to me at ICMI. Let's see.
Along with, what was his name?
Yeah.
Fuck. Was it Muhammad Queen? I don't remember.
I don't remember the name.
Sir Cosmic Paladins donated this twice. We need to get to him too. Said, would you do a villain with a noble code but still keep him bastardly? Yeah, at some point. I think that... Well, actually, no. I have a character in Englewood that does that too. Has a moral code, but he's an asshole. So...
The villain that I'm writing definitely has a moral code, but is not bastardly at all. Arguably, he's the hero. I like doing villains like that. Anyway, Tyler Jorgensen asks, favorite werewolf film and why? I'm going to go with the original Wolfman from the 30s because, yes, great. It's a classic for a reason.
For me, it's American Werewolf in London.
Another good one. Very good. That had some great fucking effects, too.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, man. They don't make movies like that anymore. Kuba's Revenge Home asks, why are people upset over Byleth? Isn't he part of the Smash Bros. Fanatical universe? Seriously, though, real question, why do some people use entitlement as an excuse for bad game things? The people are upset over Byleth because, no, whatever. You can't please everybody. Anyway, serious stuff, though. Entitlement is the excuse that they like to use because I don't really know. I don't know why they run fast to entitlement because it's almost always a double standard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of times it's journalists that'll say that and defend companies for whatever reason. Maybe because they just want to stay on their good side, keep getting those press tickets and whatnot.
I think that entitlement is a card you shouldn't pull out very often.
Yeah.
I remember in the early days of Blistered Thumbs when I was an editor there, I got into it with Joe because he had a friend of his write this article that was ranting about black dye in Fable 2. Fable 2? Yeah, 2. And the fact that black dye was downloadable content. And I looked at him, I called him, and I'm like, dude, that's entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, of all the things in the world, that's the thing worth an entire article.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is petty. I'm like, there's so many other problems with Fable 2. And then he did that cringy video about all these things wrong with it. And then his own fan base called him out for being petty.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, that video is going to backfire on you in the long run. Lo and behold, it did. I'm hoping that Joe and I get to have a sit down again someday and talk for a while just to catch up. But I'm going to tell him, I'm like, everything I predicted about your channel was right. I said, you're going to be one of the biggest guys on YouTube within 10 years. But you're also going to come across as fucking entitled with some things if you don't get your act straight. I was right about both.
Yeah. I always find it funny that journalists really go in hard on gamers being entitled, and yet they're the ones constantly calling for female protagonists, or this needs to change from the preview of the game. The fucking like the guy who wanted the nukes taken out of Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, the journalists make more demands than gamers do at this point.
Yeah, that has to be fucking entitlement.
The phrase that I see from gamers more often than anything is, "Wouldn't it be cool if?"
Yeah, which
is a request saying we need X amount of diversity in video games is a demand.
Mm-hmm. Now I think to a degree though, entitlement, well, I don't know if I call it entitlement, but think back to like Mass Effect 3. That's wanting a competent ending for a game, and really a promised ending that won't just be A, B, or C end. That backlash, I think, was justified. That was called entitled. I think shit like that, demanding a satisfactory product. I don't know if I call that entitlement, but I think some of the things that wouldn't go into making it truly satisfactory as an experience, like why can't this woman character be the protagonist? That I would call entitled.
By the way, Daniel Parker just donated another $5. Says wanted to get it an even 100.
Fuck it.
Yeah, and if people are wondering why I just banned a guy in the chat, there's a guy who's an anti-Semite who's been haranguing me on Twitter, basically acting like all of my opinions are the way they are just because of my Jewish heritage that I found out about 3 months ago. So, not putting up with that bullshit. Yeah, like this is for you, asshole.
Wouldn't it be cool if Michael was a woman? Oh, God.
I could never get used to being a chick, dude. Never. I'd be too fascinated by my own tits.
Thought you were an ass man.
Yeah, but they're not. Like, your ass is behind you. It's hard to be fascinated with it. Like, I don't want to be one. I wouldn't be one of those chicks who's like constantly looking at the selfie thing on their phone to look at their own butt. Like, that's not what I would be doing. There'd be these two giant things hanging from my chest. I'd be like, do. So, all right. It has been over an hour. So, let's start with a clip first. Hatman, pick it. And then tell me what it is.
I am going to pick the very first one that Daniel Parker posted. That one is holy shit.
Okay.
That one's cringe. Oh! Should I go ahead and eat my fucking fortune cookie and hot sauce first?
No, we'll do them in order.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the question. Is this safe for work?
Scrubbing through it real quick. Yes.
It
yes,
is?
it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let's get this queued up.
Tell me when to fire.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck! Mother, you would devour it. Your cookies have my love nectar mixed in the dough. Mr. Okama, I was hoping I might bump into you here. I've made a very special beverage. See, it's infused with the product of my love.
Oh, good lord.
Take a nice
That's
sip.
just
Come
wrong.
on, swallow it all down. Oh, don't worry, it's just my love nectar.
Run, motherfucker! That's not healthy!
Can't right now, I'm busy! Gotta go!
Mr. Okama, you unleashed this torrent from my pelvic region.
Anna, what are you doing?
I'm feeling thirsty. This time, let me taste some love nectar.
Love nectar?
Just as I thought, that's where it comes out.
Stop that! Don't blast it!
Mr. Okama, where are you? I need it. Anoint me with your precious love nectar.
The vacuum cleaner? What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of funny.
Today's the day it shall be mine. Give me your love nectar.
Somebody help me!
I love how chat's saying that I need to watch this anime, not you.
Hatman, we need to have a talk real quick. A woman rubbing her cooch on an end table is not safe for work.
Look, I'm just saying, I've worked in an office before, and I've seen worse shit than that. Hit the fucking button, I know you want to.
No, you're gonna get enough shame from what you're about to eat, because now we're at the $50 tier, and we hit 100, so now we owe another clip after everything too.
First, I have to see the fortune. All right. My fortune is, you are the evening star in someone's romantic eyes. I hope it's not that chick. I swear to God. I hope it's not.
I don't know, the crazy ones, once you give in, they're kind of fun. I'm kidding. I say that as somebody who divorced a crazy chick, so...
Yeah, from experience, no.
Not worth it in the long run.
No, not worth it. Okay.
Short-term gain, long-term misery.
So, if you guys want lottery numbers, 3, 24, 7, 54, 33, and 11. There you go. All right. Time for this bullshit. So this is just random hot sauce.
Hatman is going to put hot sauce onto a fortune cookie and eat it.
Yeah. I'm going to eat the whole fucking cookie. I'm going to have the whole fucking thing of hot sauce, too. So... how the fuck am I going to do this without getting hot sauce goddamn everywhere? Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get fucking hot sauce everywhere. Holy fuck. Okay. Ooh. Alright, it's all over the fucking cookie and it's dripping all over my fucking hands, too, so... Ah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Vanilla and spicy mixed real? No,
No, they don't. Don't ask how I know.
This is one of those shitty stale fortune cookies too. So
I've never had a fresh one. I wouldn't know what Is there
I've had
anybody
fresh
who
fortune
knows what
cookies before.
like honestly in the chat right now who is watching? Do any of you actually know what a fresh fortune cookie looks like? I imagine we're gonna get a bunch of no's that like immediately. They're always stale. That's kind of the gimmick.
Holy fuck.
All right. So for clip number 2, we got there because of a donation from the Holy Ninja Toe, who really wants us to watch a fight scene from MHA. That is 5
No one
minutes.
tells me I need to fucking watch that.
All right. And the next one is a masochist dragon joins the harem after that. And then the last one is whatever you decide to pick.
Okay, so we're watching My Hero Academia?
Yeah, Tokidori, Midoriya, and Lita.
Yeah, I got that one.
Are Ida versus Stain.
Stain? Oh.
Stain is the guy's name.
Stain like that. Okay, never mind.
Does he sing Mud Shovel? If you give him an acoustic guitar, does he start going, and it's been a while since I could something else, and it's been a while since I first saw you. I don't remember I used to know that song like bit by bit.
I got hot sauce all fucking over my hands.
All right, let's do it.
Hit it. Tell me when.
3, 2, 1, go.
正しき社会を組つ黙れ何を言ったってお前は兄を傷つけた犯罪者だビンゴだあいつ死柄木の持っていた写真の体を動かせない切りつけられてからおそらく奴の個性仲間が助けに来たいいセリフじゃないか
Both costumes
だ
suck.
が俺はこいつを殺す
The Edgelords and
ぶ
Midoriya's.
つかり合えば当然
Midoriya's is so baggy.
弱い方が
Like, it's
淘汰されるわけだが
it's bad on the eyes.
さあ
Good superhero costumes are tight.
余計なお世話はヒーローの本質なんだって一気に懐に長物に対し間合いを詰めるいい判断
This
だ
guy's nose.
ダメだ切りつけられたらそんで消えたいや体がかすってたのかこんな気づかないほどのかすり傷で動けなくなるのかちくしょうやめろ
Got our first Yamaro.
やめろ
And random fire, why not?
次から次へと
This guy's costume is like bullshit Vincent Valentine.
ピンチだから応援呼べってことだろう大丈夫だ数分もすりゃプロも現着する
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause it. One of them literally looks like who was the Indian from the Super Friends? Who grew what he said in Nunchuck or something like that.
Apache Chief.
Yeah, he looks like Apache Chief. What the fuck? All right, resume.
時間から情報通りのなぎだなこいつらは殺させねえぞヒーロー殺しいい友人を持ったじゃないかインゲニウム刀ナイフと同時に投げて己より素早い相手に対し自ら視界を遮る愚策だそりゃどうかなお前もいい こいつ王か。下がれ緑谷。ただ奴がナンバー2と言われている事実をこの目と体で体験し受け入れるためだった。簡単なことだったんだ。全部簡単なことなのに見えてなかった。
Is he half Zuko?
こいつ
And he's got the
さっ
star
きま
in
で
the
と動きが
fire.
全然。緑谷、俺がお前に言える一言。
This is an okay fight.
なりてえもんちゃんと見ろ。氷と炎で避けられんだよこれを。言われたことはないか。個性にかまけ挙動が大雑把だと。バケモンがただらっけ。バー
This one has that superhero trope. The instant somebody's about to die or get very badly hurt, somebody else comes in to
意
save the
外と
day.
大したことねえ個性だな。轟くんも緑谷くんも関係ないことで申し訳ない。
Though I get the feeling that this fight has
そうにないんですよ。さっきから明らかに様相が変わった。奴は焦ってる。血液型2不確定な要素に近接必須。プロが来る前に飯田とこの人を殺そうと躍起になってるんだ。イかれた執着。邪魔だ。飯田君、お前も止まれ。スピードいいから早く。動けた。いけるか。ワンフォーレ。拳があれば。ネイティブさん動けますか。ああ大丈夫にな
His
った。
name is literally native. Oh my god, that's
足
terrible.
怪我してるんだろ。これくらいはさせてくれ。
God damn it, Japan.
ありがとうございます。
こっちのセリフさ。
さすがゴミ置き場。ある
You
も
can't
ん
hear
だ。
what I'm saying? I basically said it's an okay fight scene. It's not.
Yeah.
It loses, and this is the thing about a lot of anime when you just show a fight scene. All I can really do is judge it by what I see. And from what I saw there, it's okay. Like, it's not. It doesn't really. It doesn't have like the sort of a pace that I can like just watch a fight scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like.
It reminds me of like a cross between Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah, one thing that I kind of like say with MHA is it's basically Naruto with superheroes, is what it feels like a lot of times, you know? So, I didn't really... I have a feeling the context would tell me a bit more. I think having a
Probably.
character named Native that's a Native American is really lazy. And kind of racist, but in a funny way. What's another, like, it didn't really, and I hate Midoriya's costume. I really do. It really doesn't look, baggy superhero costumes just don't look good. They make the character look lazy. It doesn't really interest me, no. Alright, next one was from Chaos Sonic. Wrong button. Podcast is not over. We're not doing Exterminatus. Chaos Sonic says for his, it's best not to show on screen. Okay. Thank you for the warning. So,
Okay, well, there's that.
hit it in 3, 2, 1.
Hang on. I don't have it pulled up yet. Fucking... Which one fucking is it?
It's a masochist dragon joins the harem.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's the one you posted. All right, give me a
Yes.
second. Okay, countdown.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
竜の尻を蹴り飛ばすということわざを知っているか？
Lol, what?
ケツから死ね。
Lol, what?
What?
Lol, what?
お尻がわらわのお尻が抜いてたもんお尻のそれ
What the fuck?
お前、まさか竜人族なのか？
いかにもわらわは誇り高き竜人族の一人じゃ。いろいろと事情があっての説明するから、とりあえずお尻のそれ抜いてほしいっちゃが。
ことんある。
なぜこんなところに。
幽霊が質問してんだろうが。
やめるのじゃ。ガンガンはダメじゃ。刺激がお尻の刺激が離すからやめてたもーれ。
それはつまり調査に来て丸1日魔法がかけられているのにも気づかないくらい爆睡していたってことじゃないか？
償えと言うならおとなしく裁きを受けよう。じゃが今しばらくの猶予をくれまいか。あの危険な男を止めるまで。あの男は魔物の大軍を作ろうとしておる。わらわに悲劇を止める機会を与えてくれんか。
いや、お前の都合なんざ知ったことじゃないし、散々迷惑をかけてくれたんだ。詫びとして死ね。
申し訳ないのじゃがな。とりあえずお尻の杭だけでも抜いてくれんかの。
ああ？
このままではわらわどちらにしても死んでしまうのじゃ。
どういうことだ？
想像してみるのじゃ。女の尻にこの太くて硬い杭が刺さっている光景を。わらわが生きていられると思うか？もう魔力が尽きる。新しい世界が開けたのは悪くないのじゃが、さすがにそんな死に方は嫌じゃ。ご少女から抜いてたもん。
しょうがねえな。
激しいのじゃ。こんなこれは来ちゃう。なんか来ちゃうのじゃ。もう少しじゃ。
このボケが。
Did I just watch a fucking dragon
優
come?
しくしてってお願いしたのに容赦のかけらもなかったのじゃ。こんなの初めて。痛みがこんなに甘美なものとは。
おい。
本当に申し訳ない。わらわの名はティオ・クラルス。竜人族クラルス一族の一人じゃ。
やっぱり殺しておくべきだったな。
心の奥に突き刺さる言葉、体の芯まで響く拳、いやらしいところばかり責める衝撃、身も心も満たされていくのじゃ。なんという存在が扱い新感覚なのじゃ。
What the fuck? Look. Can I just say this here?
Who suggested that video?
Chaos Sonic.
Chaos Sonic, how dare you? How dare you do that to me? Just why? What about the things that you know about me makes you think that I would enjoy even a little bit about that? Do you delight in the fact that makes me feel terrible, terrible things, that kills brain cells in me, that makes me react in such a way that I do not feel comfortable sharing with the world. How dare you? How could you do such a thing to me? I am forever scarred by this. No amount of money or donuts or hot sauce flavored fucking fortune cookies are going to be enough to take this pain away from me. Just, I hope you realize what you've done to me on this night. The consequences of your actions.
Yeah, I really had no desire to see a dragon get put in the back of a Volkswagen.
I was expecting a fucking Supra, but no. Just no.
Somebody doesn't get that Mallrats reference, I'm going to be pissed. All right, last clip, because we hit 100.
Yep.
Hatman.
All right, last one.
What do we got?
Hatman goes full Greta. Feel free to reuse that fucking clip. So I've got to pick one now?
Pick from the patrons.
Okay.
The ones that they put in there.
All right, Talons was posted twice. I feel like we owe him that.
Okay.
Allegedly, it's cringe. It didn't look like cringe when I previewed it, but I could be surprised. Who knows?
Thankfully,
This one is
short
safe
clip.
for work, I believe. Yeah, I believe this one is safe for work.
Okay. In 1 second.
I'm actually not as scarred by it as much. Should I be concerned? Yes. Yes, you should. Yes. That makes you a bad person.
I will say they did get it accurate when every woman that's in that scene grasps their hind end. All right, hit the button. Hit it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Is that Castlevania? That looks like Castlevania. I'm confused. I'm very, very confused.
Yeah. Apparently this chick really likes tomatoes.
It sounds like someone who does not know, or who learned Japanese as a second language, trying to sing something in Japanese. I'm very confused.
The insulting part is this is to Beethoven.
Mm-hmm. Why would you boil beer? I'm a naive girl who doesn't know a thing. You think? Did this just turn into Berserk? Um, I've got nothing. I had something, but I don't have it anymore.
I need to listen to something to kind of purge my ears from that.
Yeah, what? I don't understand this. I'm not even sure if that was cringe. That was just confusing. That I'm so pissed at Chaos Sonic.
Yeah, that was very...
The takeaway is
question.
winners don't use drugs.
Do people think that these clips are ever going to change my mind about anime? Because I certainly hope not.
No. I love how the next suggested video
let me
was
just say
Anime
this
America
right now.
saying, what my watch?
It should surprise no one that I would rather watch MD Geist than see a dragon get drilled in its asshole.
Yeah, exit only. Exit only. Only 2 episodes of this anime? Talking ghost stories in the chat. I love
Ghost
the
Stories
ghost
is a
stories.
hilarious dub.
That is great. That is incredible.
At the end of the day, though, at least I have soy sauce for juice. Alright, folks. We have reached the end of the show. Real quick.
Thank God.
Yes, real quick. Let's go ahead. Thank you to Daniel Parker, Sir Cosmic Paladin. Let's see here. Chaos Sonic. Holy Ninja Toe.
No, don't think Chaos Sonic. No.
Too
That was an
late.
abomination.
Serena.
That was an abomination unto both God and man.
Chris Jones.
No.
And Daniel Parker and Talon Silvermane for donating this week. It does help out quite a bit, to say the least. Thankfully, I am finally on the meds that I need to be in. I will finally be returning to work this week, full-time. Really looking forward to it, too. Being in bed all the time has just been terrible. So, it's been a rough 6 weeks. I missed out on really getting to have a good birthday. I missed out on Christmas and on New Year's. So, you guys, each week as this has gone by, have actually made life considerably easier for me. And a lot more fun, to say the least. So, thank you to all of you in all seriousness. You're all awesome. So, with all that said, Hatman, any final words before we take off? Aside from people need to be putting their questions if they didn't get them answered in the chat right now for the overflow?
Chaos Sonic just... Yeah, embrace the Exterminatus. Yeah, I... The only thing keeping me from giving you a fucking Exterminatus is the fact that you paid us.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Just think about what you've done. Think about what you've done. I hope to see you in church tomorrow.
Yeah. But guys, really all I have to say after that clip is just there's a reason that girls ask you to use lube. With that said, my name is Micah Curtis.
I'm fucking done.
We'll see you guys next week. Days full.